Let's talk about why you should learn to code. Now, before we jump into this all, I just want to make a quick statement. I understand that not everybody should learn to code or that they don't have the ability to learn how to code. It's just hard to grok. This video, however, is a perspective of why I think you should learn to code. And it's not necessarily saying that you might not be smart enough today. I fully believe that you can learn to do anything that you set your mind to. Now, the first main reason that I think that you should learn to code is that software is taking the world by storm. Many companies are just starting their digital transformation and they need software developers. That means that there is going to be a thriving developer ecosystem in the years to come. So if you want to be professionally coding for a living, this is your ticket into it. But you might say that like a 9-to-5 job really isn't in your tastes, and also you want to be your own boss. Well, you can do that as well with code. In fact, more and more people are building really cool things with code. Solo devs are building products that can generate them revenue every single month that they can live off of. They're using the power of programming, which is allowing robots to do the things that we don't want to do and make money in our sleep. They're building something to solve their own problems, and they're sharing that solution with the world and happen to make money while doing it. But here's the thing, you don't have to learn programming just because you need to make money. In fact, some of the coolest things that you can do with code is just by learning how to do something and having fun with it. You might really love video games and want to have a stab at making your own video game. Well, learning to code is going to help you do that. You might be more of a tinkerer or very inventive and you want to use code to make the next cool smart toaster. Maybe you're struggling with a challenge today, and maybe you can use programming to automate or even solve that challenge for you. Sometimes it's really just about the right tool for the job, and coding can be that tool. Now, I know a lot of these type of videos are going to say, well, there's a 6-figure salary and the benefit packages are amazing and you get to work with the coolest tech in the world. Those are just incentives of why you should learn to code. As I mentioned earlier, coding is actually pretty hard and it's not for everybody. But here's the thing, if you want to make a career switch in your life, it is an avenue today. You do not need an education to learn how to code. It is so accessible. You can spend a large chunk of your free time learning a new skill like programming. And at a certain point, you're going to get good enough to the point where you can actually do it professionally. There are going to be things in our lives that are just a means to an end. And you might even learn to code and get a job programming professionally, but it could still just be a means to an end. We all have different incentives of our whys and why we do the certain things that we do. But the reason I want to share this video with you today is that I believe that we are going to be in the golden age of programming. Programming gets more accessible every single day. There is a bigger demand for developers today than there is even a supply to fill it. Learning to code is going to allow you to bring your dreams to reality. No, you don't have to work for anyone. No, you don't have to sell out to big tech, but you can just build. You can build the things that you think other people might want. You can share with the world things that you build that are really cool. And really, the possibilities are endless. Your imagination really is the limitations of coding today. There is so much emerging tech coming up that we simply have to go out and discover what it is all about. You have things like artificial intelligence and machine learning, robotic process automation, computing on the edge for the cloud, using quantum phenomena with quantum computing, making really cool experiences with virtual reality or augmented reality, developing the next cool blockchain application, building connected devices on the Internet of Things, securing the world's software supply chain, and many more. There are just so many cool things that you can be doing with code today. Learning even a little bit about a programming language like JavaScript, Python, Java, or even C# can go a long way today. Learning about databases and how to store data, interacting with web servers using REST APIs, embedding machine learning models to do predictions. Again, the possibilities are endless. And your journey learning to code today is going to be a long one. You might start learning some HTML, some CSS, and maybe even some JavaScript in the next month or so. You might even then pick up something like Python or Java in the next future. You may then land your first job and then find a company that you want to work for. Maybe on the side, you build an app that everyone loves. You could even build a library or an open source project that is used by millions around the world. Whatever that might be, your path is going to be your path. Even if you don't want a tech-heavy career, coding is going to help you immensely in your career. This really just helps you become better at your job. So you might ask, where do I get started? And I'll tell you that the thing that you should do is you should get started today. There are so many free resources online that it's simply a Google search away. Type in the thing that you want to do and you're going to find a way to do it. Now do that over and over and over again and you're on your way to becoming a developer. And although it might seem intimidating right now, just know that 1 hour every single day adds up really quickly. And maybe in the future you might even say, I wish I started sooner. But the one thing that I want you to take away from this video today is that tech is growing and you should grow with it. Learning to code is just a skill that's going to set you apart from others. And depending on the game of life that you play, it can surely make a difference.